Hmm. Hmm. InShalla and Ashe. It's a Wisdom of Wednesday. So our heart is in collaboration with our soul, our prime directive. This is where our thoughts are transferring, moving the data, the intelligence of who we are to the soul on behalf of the heart, the queen of our chalice. So it really is a day to transform the way we think into the way we feel about living and relating on the earth plane, which then we sign the heart's contract, if you will, to upcycling us into a future, threading into the life we're meant to live. So does your mind pose a threat, or is it aligned with your queen, the chalice? She is at the round table leading these aspects that may be heart reflective or soul driven. Another worldly perspective really begins to transpire and take shape. With that, a really quick announcement. I'm super stoked to have the Rising of the Origin. It begins tomorrow at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. So today would be the day that your heart decides to join. And I have mapped out your journey from the start, including an app right from your gadget, your phone, goodies that open that door, and an area that's going to be housing all the replays. So if you are unable to join me live for this free immersion, you have possibilities that are endless. But with that, welcome to the Daily Snippet. I am your host, a practicing holistic shaman and medium, an otherworldly life coach, a subtle energetic surgeon, if you will, coined by my mentor and more importantly, my friend, Elder Melodoma Somei. Check him out. He's got some great books out there and other avenues if you want to go down into that corridor. But he is also now part of the ancestral realm. So Ashe, my friend, blessings to you. But I do go by the term holistic Sha'medium, blending holism, shamanism, and mediumship. And my intention is to utilize the power and the wisdom of these indigenous ways, these technologies, the ways of my elder Melodoma Somei, the elemental realms, our original divine blueprint to navigate our soul's harmonic through the realm of these elements and these elemental highways into the imaginal realm, the realm of the mystic, through what I call the shaman's portal, the cosmos, these subtle energies, elements, and elemental beings, and really so much more, with offerings, prescriptions, and rituals to really add to your personal container, to just juice you up. Your personal medicine, your prime directive, but my intention is truly to authentically, heartfelt, optimistically merge the wisdom of these indigenous ways, these technologies with the subtle realms and the etheric highway to assist you into navigating your inner genius, your personal medicine, the star that I believe we all are. Just really reintroducing you to the magical being that resides within, so your own starlight shines even brighter. And my name is Tonya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. So with our mind online, what we think about ourselves is an aspect of our heart. Our heart's drive, what stubs our toe in life or keeps us stuck, is often streaming from our mind. So Gemini really is an observation station. It's best to observe the thoughts, then go before the queen with your observations. Perspective shift into a new mindset, a new attitude on life, a new perspective of life, just streaming our thoughts to the queen's desired outcome. Not what we may think about it or have been told by some outside force, mind you. So just be observant of thoughts flowing today, streaming in. Even if they do go down the rabbit hole, you may see an inner pattern of thoughts that are creating the behavior, even your environment, you may have about the conditioned mind, are non-paralleled beliefs that you are deciding to shift, like going from a grasshopper to an ant, or an ant to a grasshopper, or whatever that may be. Yesterday, it was all about Rich Strike, the Kentucky Derby winner. Today's, it's about the insects of the earth. So the imagination is blooming. It is fruitful. So with Rising of the Origins on its way, if you have yet to join this immersion, there really is still some time and some space. I'm going to cover setting the stage, our gift and purpose, connecting with the subtle realm, with the elemental realm, the cosmic soup bowl, and discovering the past. So besides having the ability to stream through your phone, there's actually going to be a Q&A to follow in the Rising of the Origins corridor, a private group on Facebook. And if you have yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Authentically Heart-Based, please do, Tonya D. Hit the bell button so you too are notified. And go ahead and comment and share. That will truly get you a message for your day to get you on your way. I muse about these in the morning, actually, and I move the cards around and whatever's flipping out. So I kind of let the universe decide. But when you comment and share, ringing the bell, all of the juice, it really echoes out the algorithm to other like-minded musers like yourself that are out in the galactic universe, who may also muse about insights of the other world, the world of spirit, source, beings that are otherworldly or elemental, and really so much more. It's really our spiritual gifts. And you can also find me on other social platforms, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and my Musing with Tonya D podcast, which is just landing outside the corridor. Let me find that little snippet. Oh my goodness, here I go. I crack myself up. I am hilarious. I just don't think people know how funny I am. Well, anyway. It's all about the heart this time, this podcast. Super excited because we're in a fire season in the Dagara. We are in a fire month from the heavenly realm and the elementals, and the horse is also fire energy. So things are pretty fired up. So I went with the heart. However, with all of that, if your soul wishes to dive deeper into the realms of the other world, head on over to my Musing Corridor. This is my digital library in the sky. It's a corridor where you have some amazing options to assist you, to guide you. I really am your shamanic assistant. You truly are your own healer. And right now I have Secrets of the Other World open in my container to muse with. There it is. Secrets of the Other World. For a limited time, there's the coupon code Secret 2022. So you can join there until June 30th, I believe, at midnight. So be sure to check that out. But our mind today may feel a little bossy, commanding us. It's time to take the lead that our heart knows what our heart wants, and the desire of our heart are really in control. So it's as if we are about to go to the altar, the otherworldly altar, and obeying the queen of the chalice. And I can see how relationships become entangled. It's because the queen wants something different than the king. However, the king is not tuning into the queen. The queen has wants and desires too, and the heart matters the most. Or you could flip the coin the other way as well and go with the queen or the king. But just listening to the queen and our senses, our intuition, the gifts of the other world, it really is a day to get out of our head and into our heart. So our intuition is the gift of spirit. It's merged with the body, the vessel in which we are housed into, being embodied with the energy of the cosmos. So with that, I'm pretty excited about our little memo of the day. But there I am, so cute. Just kidding, you can't see me. I want you to pick one of these little beauties, which resonates with you, by the way. So this really assists with your intuition, listening through our heart to what inspires you. We've got Majestic Magenta, Passionate Pink, or the bright yellow golden sun that's full of fun. Yellow, right? So just comment the color of your flower that lights up your heart as you tune into that. And we'll get into the elemental highway. There we go. We're having, you should be typing in the first color that came to your mind. The queen, you want the yellow bright flower? Awesome, I can't wait. But the mind actually obeys the queen, right? But our day, we have a young water dragon of a day, a Chen, a water dragon. I love it. Anybody ever had a water dragon? My son had a water dragon when he was a teenager, infant, I don't know, adolescent. But with that, for the entire month of the horse at the hour of the dog, I forgot to mention this possibly, but we are going to have a fire trine. So fire becomes excited, it becomes passionate, it becomes ablaze. It's got that energy to really move forward. And depending on the day element will depend how that fire energy is transforming. And also the hour of the rabbit, we're going to have a eastern direction, which is wood and nature coming in. It's actually the wealth direction in feng shui, the wealth side of our house. But it depends on the flying stars. There's a lot that goes into that. However, with that, our day is a little bit steamy. It may be boiling. Fire is in its peak season, and water is an opposing force to fire. So this is making it steamy hot, and the tiger is feeding the fire. So we got some stuff going on there as well. So with the fun little colors, who picked pink? Anybody pick pink? Pink, where are we? There I am. You get the hunter. This is an otherworldly message, number 27, which is what we feel and what we sense. So this is the moon, which is just barely peeked into the season of Scorpio. And this is Neptune, which is in its home sign. But the moon in Scorpio is where we extract and set up our boundaries. We give that defining line. In the physical, it would be like a gate around your house. But in the spiritual world, it's like energetic boundaries where we set a line, energetic parameter, if you will, that really defines the moments of what that may be in our emotional field, the moon. Where Neptune is at the higher degrees of our fields. So you may be experiencing a consistent breakdown and a break on through to the other side. So yeah, not really knowing what intuitive insight, sourcing what does and does not belong. So what do we feel intuitively and what does spirit feel about it at the same time? Sometimes we get into our own way, right, of our own magic. So when these two come together, then it's time to take an action, a new behavior, maybe a new character, a spiritual character starts streaming through on the emotional field. So this is all about what we feel and what we sense and bringing balance to the hunter. So I would say getting on the treadmill, doing some grounding work, do some exercise, mostly cardio. Movement is actually the best thing for that frequency, that energy. And being that Mars is in its home sign of Aries, it really is the hero, the warrior kind of action. Reminds me of not Sir Arthur, not Sir Lancelot, different frequency there, but just settling down this overactive mind. So imagine, if you will, going back in time and space when we actually hunted out in nature, a forest, to feed the community, the village, and not taking more than what we need, hoarding, right, to survive and to really care about the neighborhood, the community. Only taking what we need for that moment in time, and doing an offering, right? That's kind of the whole cosmic highway of a sacrifice. But being like a master tracker, if you will, just knowing a path to follow to find that success for the good, for the village, feeding the village. So this is a message to not settle for the roadkill, if you will. That may be poison, but it also may be a message. And just being careful that we don't become the prey of our own heartfelt desires, those otherworldly fantasies possibly. And just remembering not to want more than we actually need, needs versus wants, right? So that we're not guided by uncontrolled ambition. And it's okay to come home empty-handed sometimes, right? The world is feeling maybe unbridled at the moment. By that I mean like the racehorse doesn't have a bridle. It is free. It's like a free Mustang just running around nature, being free. Okay, who picked magenta? Majestic Magenta. Magical too, right? Oh my gods, look at that. This is mystical magenta, magical moment. This is a vision quest. 60 in the corner. So this is being open to receive the messages of the other world. Our intuition being in the flow with those messages. Maybe feeling boundaryless because water has no boundaries until we add other elements to the mix. So are there any plant medicine people out there? You really don't need plant medicine to go on a vision quest, just saying. But this is what the vision quest can be. It's about facing our fears, embracing our mortality, doing a ritual, elemental rituals, mind you, meeting ourselves, who we are authentically face to face, maybe even connecting with the tree. Ritual is so many things, our spiritual self. And oftentimes when we feel stagnant, that's when the vision quest brings our lives into a otherworldly perspective, just realizing our flaws, but also our potentials, the opportunities that life literally is handing over on a juicy platter. And when we remain on a vision quest or within ritual, community ritual, by the way, until we find the key to open up a new door, creating new chapters. So this is the blending of bringing our innate nature, our soul's authenticity, out into nature to be transformed. And in doing so, we find the clarity in nature. So if you are in the city, go to the park. If you're in the countryside, sit on your luxurious porch. I mean, I've seen those all over Facebook, TikTok, etc. And just contemplate the Earth Queen herself that we are residing upon. So this really is a message to feed our soul. Ritual is food or medicine for the soul. It's about getting off the couch, leaving the office, going outdoors, sitting by a stream, whatever that is for you. But spirit really helps those who are helping themselves, right? And actually, spirit never leaves us, our gatekeeper, our guardians, angelic beings, whatever you connect with. For me, it's the Fae. We generally leave spirit. So just amuse about that. But totally go to nature, set an intention. I would do an offering or a ritual myself. So it's a call to really ask nature for that vision to guide us in this now moment. I mean, I'm going to go to nature authentically, my soul's prime directive. So yeah, I'll probably go to a tree, quite honestly, and a river. Like, I got both. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm going to just do it all. And then we have the golden sun, yellow. You get the owl, the bumblebee of yummy owlness. So these are like golden rays manifested. The owl. I have an owl in my village as well. So it's just super magical. My hawks have returned. The baby should be out soon. But the owl, the 39, this is taking heartfelt action with our desires and our beliefs and turning those into those loving feelings through the channel of our belief system. So we can stream out those non-linear beliefs that don't resonate with the queen, the heart in our chalice. But being that the owl is like the master of the evening, the night, the dark, seeing situations with perfect insight, clarity, more so when it's the deepest, darkest of the night. So this is the ability to discern the truth when we are sightless, when we can't see, we can't utilize our third eye, our vision center, we're not paying attention to our intuition. So this is helping us find our light or our lightness, the star that we are, in those darkest moments in our day-to-day life. Just embracing the night as an ally, the other world kind of awakens. It becomes alive in the night, and it brings messages from the invisible world or the intangible. So it really is a day to open our ears so that we may hear possibly the voices of our ancestors and acquiring the wisdom within our bones and utilizing that wisdom in our reality, our day-to-day reality, making it our own in our own vessel. So this is really an invitation to really look around us and just take note. Notice every little minute detail and really finding those hidden messages that are about to be brought to us by the frequency of the owl. Maybe in the darkness of the night, you get an otherworldly dream or you see an owl and you know the wisdom is coming through. And oftentimes, don't shoot the messenger. Sometimes I feel like I am the messenger, just saying unsolicited advice. That's what my friends say. But just open up to be grateful to a friend, a diviner, myself included, cowrie shell divination, possibly who can open the door and show you something that you maybe do not want to see. Just observing the different mini shimmers of a diamond without the judgment, remembering that the flaws that we don't like are often mirroring or mimicking the parts of us that we really don't want to recognize or to see. And a lot of times, you know, it's a reminder to not be afraid of the truth, as it will become our compass. The truth does set us free from that ghost in the darkness. So with the season of fire climbing to its peak of summer when the sun shines really bright, illuminating our essence, I would really take the time, create sacred space on being mindful of our intuition, channeling the streams through our day-to-day world, through the heart center. So it's a leveling up in our foundation of the future. So those possibilities are endless. Our mind can often be less optimistic, right? I tell myself I'm doing great and everyone around me 24/7. So if you find your mind filtering down a dark path with those negative thoughts or patterns even, it really is time to become clear, utilizing water, because we've got a water day, big water, the ocean. Maybe we'll get a big rainstorm, I don't know, and create peace. Peace threading in from the inside to the outside, reconciling our thoughts, especially the ones that may seem heavy, just downright burdensome, and take control of those patterns, removing the mental blocks, cleansing them. The blocks that we're holding on to, they're becoming a stalemate. And in doing that, it innovates the actions by eliminating whatever's not in alignment with where our heart intuitively is resonating today. So just surrendering to an optimistic venue, really lead with spirit, the fires within our own personal heart space. Take the journey of the unknown, open the gates and how you respond to the other world and respond differently. And in doing so, we can see a future that our heart sees, third eye and all, sees us living in, being in, and ultimately loving the skin that we are in, holding the frequency of this unforeseen place where the magic truly resides. And I just realized I got to go back to the elements. Whoopsie. Instead, I went back to the flowers. That's all right. Everybody needs some flowers. But with the elements today, you know, we don't have any metal. I would go with metal. Our water needs metal. I would go with metal again. It is what it is. It'll shine up like a beautiful diamond, a faceted diamond. Maybe we can see in the mirror of the waters and do some really cosmic, juicy stuff. But with the messages, the cosmos, the elemental realm being steamy, it is a steamy day. Metal is the sound of the snake. Our crown is open, our heart and our third eye. So all of our higher centers are like bing, 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 bing. I would affirm I'm innovating my thoughts with a future that I belong in. So if you see yourself in a cabin out in the woods, keep seeing that. And if you're looking to open up to guidance of a different time, for sure join Rising of the Origins starting tomorrow at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, kicking off the highway to set our foundation, the stage. And to follow this immersion, we have that strawberry full moon. So be sure to check out my musing moon meditation as well. And I will see you on the other side. Ashe, as always, blessings to you. I wonder, what is happening?